Hello guys, so today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of how Disciples track On My Mind was made. This has amassed, I think, 100 million streams, which is a fair amount. This is a preview of what we're going to be going through. Great, so if you just want to download the project, you can get it from my Patreon, the link for that is below. But let's get on with the video. Let's start with the kick and the bass together. They are sounding like this. In this front section, we're taking out the low end. So if you look at this auto filter, it's taking out anything below about 500 Hertz. And with the bass, we're taking out the lower frequencies as well. And then as it goes into the drop, bringing them back in. So in terms of the kick, let's go over the group. So we've got this drum bus, adding in some saturation and some punch to them. We've then got this kick, which is a standard kick, I think from the Tech House pack. So it just sounds like this. Oh. Again, running it through this drum bus, giving it some more distortion. We've then got this bass. So this is where the iconic sound of the track comes from. So if we have a look at the notes, they are quite peculiar, and what I think has happened, I'm going to try and explain it as best I can. So I reckon it was meant to have started there, because we're basically in the scale of C minor. So I feel like that's the full loop, and then instead of that being the full loop, because that's the same as that, he's gone like that, and started it off the second. So it actually starts like this. Whereas when he made it originally, I feel like it would have started and then loop back around to that. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense to you. I hope it does. But yeah, here are the notes if you want to copy them. If you want to pause that, give them a copy, you can. Yeah, in terms of the sound itself, so I've gone for a basic mini. So this is from the Moog Minilog, or from the Moog Mini or something like that. But yeah, if you turn the unison or wavetable position all the way up here, left unison on 1, we've then got it going through this filter. Then got this kick, which is not really doing a lot. In terms of the envelope, it's got quite a long decay, a nice smooth release and sustained. We've then got this delay on the pink ball mode, and it's adding a slight, I don't know, slight delay on it, but it's not very noticeable. We've then got this reverb, like sort of warming it up a bit, I'd say. Added some space to it. We've then got this mono and legato on. Not that the legato is doing anything. Let's move on from the bass. We've then got this pad. So I've just made this in wavetable. It's easy just to make a pad in wavetable. So the notes are these. So what we got? See again, I don't think these notes are 100% right. So we won't look into them too much. We've then got the so that the synth, it's just a saw wave with a filter taken off the top and the low end. I've then added a slight LFO to the amplitude. Pretty simple, really. We've then got this pluck. This really sits on top of the bass and together. And over here. But this really helps to add a bit more bite and excitement to that bass sound, because it's going pretty much throughout the whole track. So add in, if you look, it's going throughout the whole track apart from this break. So add in these little plucks really help to give it more energy. This pluck is just made in Serum, taking out the low end. Just got this acid waveform, pretty basic envelope controlling the filter. Effects wise, a lot of reverb. It's hyper, making it wider, more plucky. I guess the main character of it's coming from this reverb. So large decay time, that's what you're gonna look at, and quite a high dry wet. We've then got this OTT sort of giving it a bit more brightness, but not really, to be honest. We've then got the drums. So they've been run through this drum bus, and they've also got a slight bit of snare room reverb on it, just to give them some more space, and the same sort of character they've got in the original track. We've then got this clap, pretty basic, slappy clack, hat, another hat, a shaker loop together. We then got this, the vocal, which is the main point of the song in it. Just about the vocal and the bass. And this noise, so that's just following the hats really. You can move that up here. So it's just adding a bit of noise and a bit of crisp, sort of analogy style effect, filling out those frequencies in the mix that aren't really getting a lot of attention. Then lastly got these effects, pretty basic. Sweep up, sweep down. Nothing, no effects, nothing. But yeah, the main takeaway from this track, I'd say, would be simplicity. A lot of these tracks that I'm redoing from like 2012, 2015 sort of style, yeah, really it's just simplicity. It's about having a great vocal, a nice simple but good to listen to bass line, and pretty standard drums. There's nothing crazy about the drums in this sort of era of house music, but yeah, it's all about the bass and the vocal. Yeah, I hope this was useful to some of you. Yeah, the main takeaway would definitely be to keep it simple. Yeah, and enjoy yourself. See you later. Bye bye.